What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to share with you how I've made over $6,000 from one colouring book and how I did it. So, welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said in this video, I'm going to share with you how I've made 6,000 plus just from one colouring book. Now, here's my results over lifetime. Would you believe it that it's now coming up to almost 3 years of publishing? We can see I started in November 2018 and now we're in October 2021. So in one more month, that's going to be 3 years. It's crazy how fast time flies. Anyway, over the whole account, we can see I'm coming close to six figures. I've made $92,000. This month, so far in October, is going fairly well, where we've already made $1,167. Now, what I've gone ahead and done is pulled up one of my pen names. That's one of my colouring book pen names, so we can dive a little bit deeper, look at the results, and then I'm going to share with you exactly how I made my best selling colouring book and made $6,000 plus. So here we are. What I've gone ahead and done, like I said, is pulled up one of my pen names. Now, since starting these colouring books back in January, I've made $7,920 from 8 books. Now, I say 8 books, but the majority of this, over $6,000, which you'll see in a minute, has come from just one book. So if we go on here, if we scroll down round to about here, we can see this is my best selling colouring book, and since releasing this book I've sold 3,000 copies, making $6,163. Now, I've said this in the past, and this is pretty crazy as well, that I can't run ads, run Amazon advertisements on this book. Now, why is that? Well, because I have profanity on the cover. If you have profanity, any type of swear word or anything like that, you cannot run ads on those books. And it's the same for my second best selling colouring book as well, which is just here. We can see that I sold 787 units, making $1,500. Now with this one, this top one, where I've sold 3,000 units, that's absolutely crazy, making that $6,000. With this, I'm going to share with you, just in a second, how exactly I found this niche. Now, if you want more information on how I actually create my colouring books, then come and check out the LCB Vault. There will be a link for this down in the description below, but within here we have 4 courses. So we have Kids LCB, Q4 Profits, Simple Colouring Books and the LCB Vault modules as well. But right here, the Simple Colouring Books, this is the course where I teach and share exactly everything that I now know, which helps me create these colouring books. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can click that link down in the description below to go through and check it out. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can always just send me an email or even reply as a comment on this video. Anyway, how did I make that $6,000? Or how did I find the niche which helped me make that $6,000? Now, first things first, before we get into that, what you really want to be focusing on is creating good quality books. Creating good quality books and always trying to improve on your design skills. If you focus on those two things, you're going to get a lot better results. But you can't do any of that until you've done your niche research. Your niche research is what helps you find the niches that you want to publish books in. Now, what I'm going to do right now in this video is share with you how I come up with niches and how I find my niches and how I found the niche for that colouring book. Now, I've spoken about this in the past, so if you already know how to do niche research, then this video really isn't for you. But if you want some tips on how to improve your niche research and just find those really good niches, keep watching right now. So, let's think of the book type that we're going to create. So we're going to create a colouring book. So this is how I start doing my research. So now we've got the book type, but we now need to know who we're going to create the book for. What type of demographic? Now you can do lots of different age ranges. So you could do 2 to 4, as we can see just here. You could do 4 to 8, 8 to 12, and things like that. So you can do age demographics. You can do adults, you can do kids, you can do toddlers. Now, when it comes to toddler colouring books, they're even easier to create. Now, I have done a video about creating colouring books for toddlers in the past. What I'll do is link it right there in the right hand corner so you can go through and watch. But so far, we need that book type. So it's going to be colouring book. Then we need to figure out who we're going to create it for. Again, kids books or kids colouring books are a lot easier to create than adult colouring books, so keep that in mind as well. But right here, now this extension is called AMS Suggestion Expander. If you Google that, you can get it for free. It's just a free Chrome extension. Then once you have that installed, it's going to pull up all related keywords just here. It's going to pull up all keywords before, all keywords after, where is it? All keywords between, and just everything related to the keywords that you research. And this is what helps you do some really great research. You can do this for free, or you can go the paid route and use things like Helium 10, BookBolt, and all of those other great tools. Anyway, right off the bat, we can see colouring book for adults, kids, toddlers, women, teen girls, 2-year-old boys. These are all demographics that you can create your colouring books for. But remember, if you are going to do that, then a kids colouring book or a colouring book for kids ages 4 to 8 is going to be completely different than a colouring book for adults. That's something that you really need to understand, because you don't want to go and create a simple colouring book for a kid and then target women, if you know what I mean. But again, we now need that demographic. So right here we could do toddler. So now we have a colouring book for toddler. Then we have all of these great keyword suggestions. So I could do colouring book for toddlers 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 1 to 3, boys, girls. And this is how you're going to find some of those really great keywords. Just remember that all this takes time. Anyway, colouring book for toddler. This is kind of niche down, but we could niche down even more. So now we want to find niches, and niches can come from anywhere, especially for colouring books. You can do animals, pets, sports, food, job titles. Maybe not job titles for toddlers, but you get the idea. Colouring book niches are absolutely everywhere. So now we have the book type, colouring book. We know who it's going to be for. It's going to be for a toddler. We now need a niche. So if we go back to the beginning of the search bar, just here, we can start typing in all different types of niches. We could go through animals. So we could do a dog. Dog colouring book for toddler. We can see here on the on the left-hand side that people are actually searching this. A dog colouring book for toddlers, or a dog colouring book for toddlers 2 to 4. We could switch out the dog, and we could do a cat colouring book for toddler. Again, we can see that Amazon's auto-populating it. And remember, Amazon only auto-populates if that's what people are searching. If no one's searching for that keyword or that long tail keyword, Amazon's not going to auto-populate it. Case in point, let me show you what I mean. Let me think of a deodorant. So, deodorant colouring book for toddler. We can see there's no Amazon suggestions, which means no one is searching for that. But if we take that deodorant and go back to cat, we can now see that Amazon's searching. No, Amazon's auto-populating this again, which means people are actually searching for that. So we have the niche, which is cat. We have the book type, which is colouring book, and we have who it's for, toddler. This can be broken down a million different ways. And when I talk about niching down, this is what I mean. So every colouring book that I have over here, especially the one that's been selling extremely well for me and where I've made over $6,000, all organically since January with that one book, every niche here is completely niched down. So I always start with the colouring book or the book type, who it's for, and then the niche. And again, all of this can be switched out. And this is how I do my niche research. So I can do it all for free just here. Now, to find out if that niche is going to be profitable, I can use SPT's Chrome extension. That's Self-Publishing Titan's free niche research Chrome extension. I have it installed just here. In fact, if you want to go and check that out, you can get there by going to selfpublishingtitans.com. Then once you have it installed, you want to make sure that it's turned on. Now, they've also recently had some updates which has made the software, the Chrome extension, look pretty cool, and you're going to see that in just a second. So again, now let's change this back to all. We have that Chrome extension on. We want the book type, which is going to be a colouring book. Then we have who it's for, which is going to be a toddler, not a toddler, we're a toddler. And then we have the niche at the beginning. For this instance, it was cat. And now from here, we can see that Amazon's auto-populating this, which means that's what people are searching for. But now, if I click enter, we can let SPT's Chrome extension do its thing, and it's going to tell us if this niche is profitable. Now, even though if this Chrome extension tells us if a niche is profitable, that does not guarantee sales because there's a lot of factors that come into play. Your niche research, we can do that using this, and it's going to tell us if it's profitable. But if your designs are crap and your book interior is crap and you haven't put much effort into creating that book, then it does not matter if it's profitable or not because you're not going to make sales. Anyway, there we go, it's loaded up, we can see. So for cat, colouring book for toddler, it's given us a 26% niche score. Now to put it in perspective, I think it's still the same. Anything above 50 or anything in between 50 and 60 is a good niche. Anything above 60 is even better. So seeing this with a score of 26 really isn't that very good. We can see there's over 18,000 results as well. Because there's so many results, this is one that I would definitely not create a book for. So cat colouring book for toddler really doesn't look like a really great niche. But there's still so many more niches out there. Again, we want that book type, then we want who it's for, and then we want the niche. So we could even just look through toddler and go through lists of animals and all of that good stuff. We could even change this to mum. So a cat colouring book for mums. Let's click on this instead. Now the results are a little bit lower with 8,000 results. So this is going to tell me if the niche looks good or not. And this is what takes time. Niche research, finding ideas, your niches and all of that good stuff takes time. You do not want to rush this. So let's just give this a second to do its thing. And there we go. So this niche really doesn't look like a very good niche at all because the niche score is 11. So this is a niche that I wouldn't create a book in, and that's a cat colouring book for mums. But again, we could change out the cat. We could do a dog colouring book for mums. We can see that people are searching for this because Amazon's auto-populated this. We could do a dog colouring book for mums, for dads, for kids, for toddlers. It all depends. It all comes down to that niche research. Now let's just do colouring book for mum. So let's take away this. Let's take away the S. So there's a few different keywords that we can target right off the bat. Colouring book for mum and daughter. Colouring book for mum with quotes. Or an adult colouring book for mum. So this one, we could do the adult. We have the niche, which is adult, which is kind of a niche, but we have the niche adult, book type colouring book, who it's for, mum. So now let's just click this one and check that as well. Adult colouring book for mum, we can see results are a little bit lower with 4,000. So let's just give this a second for SPT to do its thing. And bam, there we go. So adult colouring book for mum looks like a better niche. There's 4,700 results. There's 22 independently published KDP books with an average BSR of around 300,000 with the niche score of around 33. Again, remember, you want that niche score above 50. Anything in between 50 and 60 is good. Anything above 60 is even better. But again, it all comes down to the research, and the easiest way to do research and find niches for your book is by breaking it down this way. We have the book type, which is colouring book. We have who it's for, which is for mums, and then we have the niche. This instance, it's adult colouring book for mums. So that's how I actually go ahead and find niches for my colouring books. That's how I went ahead and best-selling colouring books, which in combination have gone on to make me almost $8,000. So if you go ahead, try out this method, you're going to come across some really, really great niches. I really can't talk again today. But just remember, it all comes down to niche research. Always remember to niche down, and the more niche research that you do, the better niches that you will find. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.